Is it Christmas? Oh, it's Christmas Day 10. It's not Christmas. What? It's not Christmas yet, but it's Christmas Day 10. Every day is Christmas here. We're going to be opening up these Masters of the Universe. Wave 3, I believe this is, of the regular ones. I've got a lot of these to open. I don't know why it's taking me so long. I love Masters of the Universe. Coming up after this. Plus, I have this advent calendar open too. It's Day 10.
It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Open up your presents. Yeah, toys.
Okay, I'm not gonna get dressed or anything for you guys. I do have got my scissors here and my glasses, so I got everything prepared. Let's see, let's fix myself up. My hair's looking pretty good under the circumstances. So these are made by Super 7. Super 7 makes me mad because I have to spend a lot of money on their products and then they break. But they don't make Masters of the Universe anymore. Mattel is making Masters of the Universe again. I'm really excited about getting the WWE figures and then the Masters ones in 2020. In November, I think, is when they're scheduled for. They haven't showed up in Canada yet, the WWE ones. It's really bothering me. I might have to take a trip to the States because I can't handle it, even though the figures aren't available on shelves, but you can get the playset with 2 additional figures. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more of these figures to open. So I'm going to split that up into probably 2 more videos after this one. But right now I'm going to open up these. This is Prince Adam. I did not like the cartoon. But the thing about me is I like toys that look like toys. And these look awesome. They're just fantastic looking figures. Bright splashes of color. And that is exactly what I fell in love with the original Masters of the Universe toy line. I mean, they were creepy and they were bright, which is not something that you see very often. I've told this story a lot of times where I went to my brother's friend's house and he had a Skeletor that his father bought him, and I flipped out and it was all downhill from there. Prince Adam. I do have my original ones on the floor next to me, which I probably can show you a comparison. I don't think the legs break on these anymore. I am not going to try to move them. They have a rotation here, but they also have this joint that moves this way, but they used to break on He-Man and Skeletor. I think they're glued too tight. You might be able to see the joint there. So I hear if I heat them up, then that risk goes away. Oh man, just like the old Prince Adam, there's worn out on the felt on the back where it touched his card. There's also a stain, probably where it touched the ink on the card. I'm forgiving enough of that, even though, yes, there is a great big stain there. The belt is made exactly the same way, down to the little loose threads that are there. The elastic looks kind of like the same elastic. Feels like a Masters of the Universe action figures. This is such funny coloring. Not that the original wasn't the best coloring. The face is... I don't like this He-Man head sculpt. You know what I do like? The new Masters head sculpt. A lot of people don't like it. I know that in the 5.5 community, people just don't put that head on it. But I'm welcoming a change to the new Masters, and I'm so excited about the mixing and matching. I actually was really obsessed with the superstars, the WWE superstars, where you can mix and match their parts and their bodies and their costumes. And that's kind of what they did to take it over to the new WWE and Masters. And it's kind of the same thing. He looks great. The sword looks great. This is awesome stuff. Orko. Probably my least Masters of the Universe favorite character from Masters of the Universe because, like I said, not a fan of the cartoon. I fell in love with the toys. Always loved the toys more. read the comics, and everything was better than the cartoon. Cartoon was so juvenile, and I would say most of the problem of that goes to Orko. He is a cute looking figure. The toy was not cute. I think I might have one in my basement. Yeah, I probably do. But yeah, it's not something that I want to really hold on to. This, however, this is a cute looking toy. I love the colors. It's really faithful to the cartoon. And if a toy looks like it steps out of a cartoon, I'm down with that. Pops of color again. Look at this. What do we have for articulation on this? His head moves, his arms move, and then he has wheels on the bottom. I wish they wouldn't have done that. That's money they could have saved just by sticking on a base. Don't like a gimmicky toy. In fact, I've never bought any of the Masters of the Universe gimmick ones. The ones that the He-Man and the Skeletors in their alternative versions. It never appealed to me. Okay, I am probably going to remove their little bio cards. I love that they did this. Kind of like with the new WWE ones, they have just this pamphlet. It's one card folded in two, so it's the miniest mini comic you'll ever see. Orko does come with a lot of accessories, as well he should, because he is tiny. So we get a feather for his hand, and that's one of Marzo's very dangerous flowers. And then I grew up in Canada, and I don't think that we even got more than the first season of Masters of the Universe. I don't think we showed any of the other seasons. So I do have all the DVDs because I'm very supportive of the brand, but I've never watched them. I tried actually, and I kept falling asleep. It was kind of boring. I did enjoy She-Ra. That cartoon was better. This wand doesn't fit in his hand. You can kind of balance it, but it's going to pop out really easily. And then he's got this magic thing. And see how there's a hand indent? You can fit his hand, squeeze that in there, so it looks like he is. That's really cool that they did that, shooting magic out of his hand. That's neat. Gotta say that's pretty neat. And I like how this is a more hollow, brittle plastic. It feels more like toys that they would do, and these are feeling pretty good rubbery. Alright, so there's the card there. I gotta sit on a pillow because this is starting to hurt my back. Okay. I'm gonna clean up my cards later. I'm gonna save all the cards. These came unpunched. There's the great comics that they put on the back. Am I liking this artwork? I am liking this artwork. It's improved. This might be a different artist because I remember not liking them on my last card, but even though it is digital art, it's looking good. Nothing beats the hand-drawn stuff that we used to get in the 80s. Okay, Merman, let's do this. Oh, I saved like my two favorites for last. So Prince Adam is kind of a He-Man repaint. Orko is not a repaint. Merman is looking real good. Okay, I have to remember to, like, calm myself down. I try to get these videos as quick as possible, but I don't want to, like, cut or scrape anything. But I'm really excited to get this open, and this Merman looks really good. He's a funny color. Not as good as the original colors. So, do we have a punch action? We do have punch action. Spring-loaded is sweet. Now, this one, this is a awesome, beautiful figure. I noticed there's a little bit of shine here, even in He-Man's face. It doesn't seem like it's as bad as it was in the previous. It could just be my lighting. This is so good. Oh man, Merman never looked so good. Again, can't even turn his leg that way. I'm not going to do it at all because I don't want these broken. I just want to enjoy them. A leg did break off on one of my Funko figures. But I try not to move them. Isn't that horrible that we pay all this money for these toys and then we can't even use them? Oh, I think he comes with the problem of the harness. You can either, this happened on He-Man too, you can either do up this or you can do up this. You can't do up both. So happy that a larger toy company, when the larger toy companies get their hands on the brand, that means that you're going to get much better quality plastics. You're going to get much better functionality. Really looking forward to that. Let's take a look at what weapons he has in his package. Spear, awesome. Now this must be a Filmation shout out, but I don't know what it is. And then we have his corn on the cob sword. Got a little plastic decoloration dot there, but it looks real good too. Oh, I like that. That's nice. That's the back of his card. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that now. Trapjaw. Trapjaw is a figure I never had as a kid. I remember visiting Spain after like all of the first wave and second wave figures were very, very rare or not available in Canada anymore. But when I visited Spain, I went to one store and I saw all of these first and second wave, and I was flipping out all these figures that I missed. Because by that time I was a little older and I was buying my own figures, like probably with my paper route money. But, I mean, I don't think I had any money with me in Spain, so my parents would only buy one for me, and I chose Triclops because he came with the ring, so I thought I was getting more for my money, but I wanted to buy so many of the ones that I was missing. I think the States were better about refreshing than Canada was. We rarely got any refreshes. Oh man, these colors are great. There's something weird going on with his legs. Again, I'm so afraid. Oh, that was just spring waist. The colors are muted. Isn't that funny that in these toys, the Filmation cartoon toys, that the colors aren't as bright? Like they went with a safer scale, I guess, for the cartoon to not make them as, flashy. But the color combinations are good. But the thing that I fell in love with most about Masters of the Universe was the color combinations. They were just sick, awesome. We were just on the tail of the 70s, so there was some of that like dark psychedelic stuff still mixed in. But as the figures got newer and older and we got new molds, like in the last years, I still like them, like King Hiss and Dragster and all of those. They still managed to make them like awesome, fun characters. That's a really neat belt. It seems to be glued on and doesn't come off. The legs are completely different. We've got the hook accessory. He's got the belt clip, but there's no place for him to clip it on here. We've got the gun accessory. Such a weird color. So I guess that kind of does make me like it. And then the gun gets really long. I don't think he was ever had this long of a arm. And then his claw hand. Sweet, he's got his hole for going on his zip line. His feet look really small. I guess all of their feet look kind of small. Okay, did I open 4 figures? I opened 4 figures. Let me pull up the other ones. Don't forget, Advent calendar's coming up after this. And I guess I will pull out these cards too. Let's see, who do I have in here? These are my original from the 80s figures. I usually do the comparisons with the... You know what? Because I didn't have Trapjaw, there's really no point in me doing this, but I can show you that I'll show you my original He-Man, why not? Because the bin's here. You want to see comparison time, you can always, head over to Pixel Dan. That's what he does. I'm just showing you awesome toys. So this is my original He-Man. Such good condition. I was a really anal kid. You know what? He's pretty shiny anyway. We do get a little, I guess we don't notice it because the faces are painted. Man, he's in good condition. I played with them all the time too. I guess that's some testament about what the quality of toys were back in the 80s. Here's Rio Blast. I just don't have the last wave. That's another beef of mine, is that people don't realize that Mosquitor wasn't in the last wave. I think people think he was, but he was actually in the Snake Face. He wasn't in the Snake Face because I have Mosquitor, and I know that that last wave I didn't buy. Snake Face, Ninjor, King Randor, the Sorceress. I always list them off. I always don't list them all, but that wave, I'm really hoping that the new Masters line, I hope that they make those ones really, really soon, and they can because they do use the standard bucks for the most part. Okay, I'm going to dig these cards out, and I'm going to, I could have showed you Merman. You don't have to. You saw really awesome figures. Why would you want to see? Oh man, these are great. I can't wait to open up more of them. Yeah, stay tuned at the end of this video. I'm going to pull out these cards and show them to you better, and I'm going to open up day number, what day is it? 10, the 10th of this Advent calendar. Thanks for stopping by. Christmas.
It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Open up your presents. Yeah, toys.
All right, here are the cards. They look so good. They're done by super fans that turned into guys that grew up and now work on Masters property, Eamon and Emiliano. They're totally in the cartoon style, which, as much as I didn't like the cartoon, I really did like the way that the cartoon looked. I didn't like the stories, is what I did not like. Except She-Ra. Again, She-Ra's stories got more mature and more interesting. So I started to enjoy them more. Maybe I should watch the later seasons of He-Man, and they're probably better. There's little bios, and then how the characters developed, and yeah. Cool, great art. And I love how I have a card collection of all of these. So good. I'll have to bring out my whole cartoon collection figures in an upcoming video. Let's do the Advent calendar. It is day 10. Can we find out what it is? Day 10 right here. What are we going to get? What did I get last time? I got a puppy. So we'll get a chair. So that's our first. Oh, no, that's a. I can't say that that's not a good accessory. Let's sit somebody in there. It's a green chair, too. Let's put the snowman. Oh, the snowman doesn't even fit in the chair because it's got a broom. Okay, let's stick one of the kids in the chair. Okay, one kid fits in the chair. Stick her. Does she fit in the chair? She fits in the chair. Does the cat fit in the chair? Kind of. Does the dog fit in the chair? Kind of. Can we put the ice ball in the chair? Still, I really do like the ice ball. It does fit in the chair nicely. All right, that's what we got. Here's all of the things that we've got so far. That's 10 awesome toys. It's the best Advent calendar I've ever opened, hands down. I really like the cuteness of it. We'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I just pulled out my original Prince Adam and found that his belt had stretched to oversize. Man, they did a good job at recreating the same kind of elastic. Actually, does the grain go in the same way? Yeah, it looks so similar. But wow, it super stretched out. So he's just sitting in his bag like that. You can see the worn out when the felt would fall off when you would just place it down. I'm surprised at how similar he is. I guess I could find a new elastic easily. Cool. The sword is like the identical color. What a great job. This is the original. Because the new one is two-sided. Plus, I have this advent calendar